And welcome back to the Sly Guy TV. You're watching the Sly Guy, Kaboom, Kaboom, and Super Kaboom, oh yeah! Kaboom, oh yeah! Kaboom, oh yeah! Here we go! Here we go! It's the Meldon! Come on, Sheldon! It's the Armageddon! Destroy all the lands! Destroy all the lands! Destroy all the creatures! Destroy all the lands! Destroy all the lands! Destroy all the lands! Destroy all the creatures! Oh yeah! I'm a fan! I have offended you again! So I guess this is the end, because everybody knows you're such a snowflake and you're just quite upset at every single thing we said. Everybody knows it's all just in your head. Wasted feeling, going speaking. You know I have crossed the line when I said that you were mine. Going skiing, no hard feelings. Since you will not be my girl, this is the end of my own world. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Idea Machine with the Sly Guy. For today's episode, we're going to be featuring the White Weenie Gidon deck. Yes. Now, unlike the standard White Weenie Gidon decks, my version uses Wrath of God. Reason why is because it deals with other fast swarm creature decks and then builds up its army once again. And another reason is because I cannot find any crusades anywhere. I can't believe it. How petty would it be to ban a card just because of cultural sensitivity? I mean, Crusade it's a fantasy card game, good God. I mean, it makes no reference to the real life, to basically the real life events of a Crusade. It doesn't even make reference to, I mean, stone throwing devils. Ben, why cancel a card that basically has nothing to do with real life? But well, they say it's cultural sensitivity, that's why you can't buy the card anywhere. No buy list, no price list, so people who have a card sell it for whatever price they want. You have these really high prices for these crusades, my God. They're so difficult to find here, and they're really, really difficult to buy. Although I had like 12 of them before. So, what makes the standard White Weenie deck? Of course, you have your Tundra Wolves. In the 1 mana slot, you have your Savannah Lions. In the 1 mana slot, creature elimination, you've got your Swords to Plowshares. I do not use Acacian Javelineers. Instead, I use 4 copies of Spirit Link to round everything up. In the 2 mana slot, we've got the Orders. Order of a White Shield, Order of Leetber, White Knight. Now, in the other slots, okay, like I mentioned, I use Armageddon, I use Wrath of God in my version, and I also use 4 Sarah Angels. Why? Because normally in an old school game, there are going to be times when you don't draw your Armageddons and you just draw a bunch of land and then you wrath away. When that happens and your opponent has smaller mini weenie creatures, a huge Sarah Angel combined with a Spirit Link can end the game really fast. She becomes like an old school version of Bade Slayer Angel without first strike. But very nasty, very powerful, and perhaps one of the strongest strategies ever. Now, why was white back then ranked as the strongest color in Type 2? Or the old version of Standard Type 2? It had such versatility. It had Disenchant to remove enchantments. It had Armageddon, one of the most unique spells in the world. They have many different versions of Wrath of God, like Divine Judgment, Shatter the Sky, Doomscar, right? But they never made another version of Armageddon. Perhaps Global Ruin in Invasion would be close to it, but aside from that, they did not make any other versions of Armageddon available. maybe boom or bust. I'm not sure. And the split card thing, but 6 mana for destroy all lands with red. Man, but for the color pie, this was the most efficient way of destroying lands. Normally, if you had an Armageddon deck, it would be Llanowar Elves, Birds of Paradise, Urnham the Jinn, Armageddon. That would be game over in any typical old school game. Now, for control decks, Wrath of God was used to wipe the board clean. Back then, when all we had to wipe the board clean was Nev's Disc and Wrath of God was the board wipe of a choice, as it buried all creatures, meaning they couldn't regenerate. So those Will-o'-the-Wisp, those Troll Disco decks, and they were no match for a Wrath of God. Wrath, wipe everything clean. Clean the board, destroy everything. Wrath of God was your answer to it all. And it was just such an amazing card that we had. So, let's have a more in-depth look at the deck. And once again, let's show you how my deck looks like. So this is my version, basically. As you can see, main card is Serra Angel. You got your Serra Angels right there. Now we're having Growers Peanuts. This episode is brought to you by Growers Peanuts. Peanuts. Yep. Spirit Link, Wrath of God, Armageddon, Swords to Plowshares right there. Armageddon, Swords, Serra, Spirit Link, Siva Curve. No matter what draw you get, even though you won't be able to cast the expensive Serras, there's always going to be a creature that you can cast because of the curve of a deck. You've got the Orders, to wreck mono black decks, Tundra Wolves, to wipe out with deadly insects, Orders, and they can wipe out Orders too because they've got first strike. Even Ball Lightning. A Ball Lightning is no match for a Tundra Wolf. Once it first strikes and attacks or blocks the Ball Lightning, it is absolutely no match for a Tundra Wolf. Yep, the Orders can also block Ball Lightnings. I used to run Repentant Blacksmiths, but found out that, nah, red uses a lot the cardless damage through Ankh of Mishra, Black Vice. It has Aeolipile. And most of red's creatures don't even stick around. They just attack with Ball Lightning. They use Fire Blast. So a protection from red creature wasn't really that useful. Black, however, can be a pain in the ass for white. So it would be best to use a black deck, or protection from black creatures instead. So there we have it. Armageddon deck. Current version that I have. Currently play tested it. It's pretty, pretty strong though. Although it lost to the blue deck. Wow, check it out. Also, shout out to Moonville. Thank you for the PUBG playmat. It's an oversized playmat actually. Really long. So yeah, there you have it. Serra Angel. One of the most beautiful cards ever. Have to admit, a lot of people had a crush on Serra Angel during high school. So basically that would be it. Armageddon, White Weenie, currently one of the most powerful decks, or second to the powerful deck in old school, but it's one of the most powerful, one of the most consistent decks in old school because of the way that it actually works. Bunch of creatures, bunch of lands, really super fast, super aggressive. Hope you guys have a happy new year. Once again, this is V Sly Guy TV with the Sly Guy. We are signing off right now. Yeah, it's the method. This is the lesson of Armageddon. Wrath and Armageddon, yeah. Come one, come all, and come one, come all, oh yeah.